How's it going, everyone? It's David here, and today in Planet Coaster 2, I will be making a custom wooden coaster train inspired by the National Amusement Devices, or N.A.D. Now, these types of trains can be found on rides like the Big Dipper at Camden Park, Thunderbolt at Kennywood, and the defunct Blue Streak at Conneaut Lake Park. Growing up here in Pittsburgh, I would ride the Blue Streak and the Thunderbolt all the time, and I still ride the Thunderbolt all the time, and I absolutely love the designs of these trains. And right now I have a series where I am making a traditional amusement park in Planet Coaster 2 that I am calling Hemlock Hills, and it's about time for me to build a classic wooden coaster in that park. But before I do, I wanted to show off making a custom train based on the NAD. Now, I will have to take some liberties making this. I am using the vintage wooden coaster train that's more akin to the Coney Island Cyclone, which is a 4-bench car, while the NAD trains were 3-bench cars. So we'll just have to make this a 4-bench car, mainly because I do like the seats and the handlebars. They are more like the NAD train. I did not want to use the 3-bench PTC trains because they're a bit more modern and they have the high headrests. So I am using resizable basic shapes and some other scenery pieces to make this possible. I am starting here on the front of the train, which is definitely the most iconic part of NAD trains. Now, this front has multiple layers with more rounded edges, so that's exactly what I am doing here to the best of my ability that the game can allow. Another key feature is in the bottom center of the vehicle, there is a big board, and it's usually the color of the train that it's representing. Now, some other ones would have a center headlight. In fact, way back in the day, these headlights used to rotate. I'm not going for that. I'm going for the more simple board design. And above that, going to be adding in some grill work in the middle. And on either end, going to be adding the iconic headlights. Now, what's nice in Planet Coaster 2 is that there is a wall-mounted light piece that has depth into it, that kind of sinks into itself. And I think it looks very good. Don't need to make any much more modifications to it. Just have to space it out just right so that it looks very similar to what it does in real life. After some fine tuning, I am quite pleased with the design on the front of this coaster car. And now it's time to move on to the side of the vehicle. Now, one feature I did not want to forget were the little metal running streaks and the colored boards on the tops on the sides of the vehicle. That's next to the openings that you can get in and out of the vehicle. And on one side, I'm going to have a restraint release line. And in real life, what it is on the back of each car, either the operator has to kick a little switch, or there is a automatic switch that runs on the side of the track as the train pulls into the station that unlocks the bars for riders to open up and to get out of the vehicle, and then it is kicked the other way to help lock the lap bar. For the back of the cars on the rear vehicle, there is a rounded metal plate that matches the exterior of the rest of the ride, while on the other cars it is just a colored wood panel that again matches the color of whatever it is. And for this first one, as you can see, I am making it red. So after some fine tuning, I'm actually quite pleased with the look of this, and I saved it as a blueprint, and from that I decided to make 2 more, both different colors. Again, these colors are based off of the Thunderbolt at Kennywood. There's a red train, green train, and blue train. And on these other 2, I mentioned I'm going to have an opening on either side instead of having an opening on both sides. And to do this, I removed the metal running streaks and moved up the restraint release line just a little bit so they could be more in line of where the actual restraint would be. And just like that, I think this is complete. And I wanted to test out to see how it would actually ride on a wooden coaster track, so I made a very quick mock-up layout. Not supposed to be a realistic design, something like the famous spaghetti bowl on the Thunderbolt. And I'll tell you what, watching this off-ride, I am quite pleased with the final result. Now, on the ride, when you're doing an on-ride POV, it does look a little boxed in, not super realistic, but on the exterior, again, I am quite pleased with how this turned out. And we can't forget to try this out here in the evening with the working headlights on. And man, this really does pop, having the lights shine on the track and as it's going around the course. I think this will look great, especially in Hemlock Hills, or for any park or roller coaster design that you choose to build. As I mentioned, I've been making Hemlock Hills over the past couple of weeks, and with it, I made some custom buildings, ride vehicles, some ride blueprints, and I am happy to announce that a good number of these I am actually sharing here on the Frontier Workshop, with these NAD trains included. Other notable additions I am sharing is my Switchback Railway Coaster, the Old Mill Dark Ride, my Cafeteria Restaurant, my ice cream food stand, and you may use these to get inspired or use in your own park, and I'm happy to share this with you all. The download names and codes will be available here in the description of this video. So I hope you enjoyed this little project of making an NAD coaster train. And let me know what your thoughts are and of the other blueprints I am sharing out here, and I will be returning to my Hemlock series in the next video, where I will be building a classic wooden roller coaster. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure you like it and subscribe for more gaming and amusement park content. And with that being said, thank you all for riding, and I will see you next time.